good morning to you. This is the Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Olivia Buzaglo. We are building up to talkSPORT Breakfast at 6 a.m. this morning with Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist. Nick is with me still.
All right.
Did you watch football last night?
Did I? No, I did not. I thought, you know what? It's not going to be that great. I'll save my sleeping hours and wait for the Champions League.
I mean, yeah, you didn't miss much. I can say you didn't miss much. We have got a lot coming up on the show, Nick. What have we got?
Plenty as always. We'll start at Hill Dickinson Stadium where Nuno picked up his first point as West Ham boss. That's in a 1-1 draw with Everton. We'll continue to look back at Europe's brilliant Ryder Cup win and the special one. We'll find out which one. He returns to Stamford Bridge this evening. As always, get involved on the usual number 03717 223344 or text us on 81089.
Thanks very much, Nick.
Cheers.
Oh, I am so excited for the return of... I'm still calling him the special one. I know actually when he came to Chelsea, he said, I think I'm a special one. But obviously it was misquoted and then the headlines would just read, Jose Mourinho thinks it's the special one. To me, he will always be the special one. And we are going to be talking about his return to Stamford Bridge with Benfica this evening, a little bit later on in the show. I did actually watch the football, unlike Nick. However, I've also watched and started a new series called The Girlfriend. And if anyone is listening or watching at this hour, it's very, very good. It's on Prime and it's only a 6-episode series. I was hooked. So hooked that I always watch the football whenever it's on. Always, always, always. And I then put the football on my laptop and had The Girlfriend on the TV. It was that good. But, of course, Nuno Espirito Santo returned to Premier League management last night as West Ham went to Everton. And, of course, we were there to see all the action unfold.
Nuno's mission to get them out of trouble starts right here.
That was the main message, compete, compete. There were good things, not so good things.
Loud chants from the West Ham United fans of sack the ball.
You know, the first 20, 30 minutes in the first half, we'd done a good job.
Everton go back out wide to Ghana with a reverse ball. Michael Keane is there to head it in. Phenomenal header. Brilliant ball in from Ghana.
Credit West Ham, they kept at it. They've got lots of good players and a lot of them turned up tonight.
Oh, and O'Brien with a risky back header, and Pickford makes the save to deny Somerville.
It's been a turbulent 48 hours for everyone involved, but, you know, things happen in football. There's always change.
Gets it away, only as far as Bowen into the area. Oh, Jared Bowen! Welcome to West Ham, Nuno Espirito Santo.
Cuts inside on his left foot, whips it with great pace. It might actually take a little deflection. It did off Keane. That little bit of luck you need when you're down the bottom has just come West Ham's way.
Left into the area, plays it back, hit by Ghana, saved by the goalkeeper.
Great strike.
We just couldn't quite get a clear enough opportunity to get that second goal.
Like I said, I think we've got a really good group that want to do well and want to get ourselves out of the position that we're in.
But West Ham start life under Nuno Espirito Santo with a creditable draw here.
Yeah, Michael Keane opened the scoring for Everton with a powerful header from a lovely James Garner cross. David Moyes' side did have the better of the first half before West Ham scored, of course, through Jared Bowen. Who else would it be on 65 minutes? He found some space on the right and smashed a shot past Jordan Pickford. Actually took a little deflection off Michael Keane, and West Ham then finished the game stronger. talkSPORT's Danny Murphy says he's seen an improvement in West Ham already. He's praised their shape, their hard work and their defensive shape under Nuno, who's only been there for 5 minutes. Danny spoke with Adrian Durham at the final whistle about how crucial Jared Bowen is.
So important. I mean, if those stories about, you know, Graham Potter not valuing him as captain, didn't want him as captain, if they are true, it's absolutely extraordinary to think that, because he embodies everything that West Ham fans want in one of their players, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing you always want from your captain is to generally be your best player and lead by example in your footballing performance. Organising, shouting, motivating comes after that. If you can always keep your level high, you're setting the standard. And he's done that for, what, 3 years, 4 years even? So I don't understand that story, whether there's any truth in it or where it's come from, but I don't see that as it. He's been the one who's held the bar high for West Ham for a long period, and I think will continue to do so under Nuno.
Yeah, I do wonder where they'd be without Jared Bowen.
Yeah, Jared Bowen rescuing a point for West Ham, as we've said so many times across the last few years. His manager Nuno is reiterating his message that his first job is to get the West Ham fans back on side. That is a tough old job. And he told talkSPORT's Joe Shannon he's not going to be reinventing the wheel in East London, and spoke about his first 48 hours in the job.
I had helped people. It's not me alone, and I think the players understand that in such a short period of time, it's all about simple messages, trying to know each other better, creating the unity that we need to move forward.
What have been those simple messages? I know you don't want to give tactical approaches, but the basic message to the players?
No, simple message that first of all we have to defend. That's a priority. And overall, compete, try to create, like we did in the goal, unbalanced situations, take advantage of the speed that we have, but overall, being more compact, close to each other, simple. Play the football game, like you said, the basics. I think it's important to have it.
Yeah, Nuno will be happy with a point, won't he, in his first game? And meanwhile, David Moyes is disappointed that Everton couldn't get the second goal and put the game to bed. He told talkSPORT he thinks his side played pretty well.
Yeah, I thought we actually done it in the first half as well. For the first sort of 20, 30 minutes in the first half, we'd done a good job and sort of controlled the game mostly. But I was hoping to get a bit more chances, more opportunities, finding myself that, I can't really think of too many times tonight where I said, oh, that was a big miss. I thought we had some good play, get into some good areas in the second half. Cut the ball back a couple of times, but we couldn't quite get a goal from it.
Yeah, Sports Bar was brilliant as always last night after the game. They obviously get so many calls from different fans calling in. However, not quite sure about this one. John, the Everton fan, told Jason and Jamie Moyes should let someone else take over next season.
David Moyes has done a good job for us. At the end of the season, he needs to go upstairs. We need a manager that's going to look at play. What's going on here? Listen, if he's not watching the game and he can't see that Garner Gay's legs have gone after 60 minutes, Tyler Diblin's come on the pitch, and that's what we should have had for at least half an hour. That's what I'm on about. It's all right getting players on loan and everything, but if you sign, we've got two strikers up front. Seriously. Everyone said, oh, Jamie Vardy, Everton don't want to be back, getting a player like Jamie Vardy. It's not building for the future. The future's now.
I don't disagree with the idea of Moyes going upstairs at some point at Everton, when you think of everything he's done for the club. But you're playing against West Ham. And I think when you're looking at West Ham, if that's not the perfect, example of what not to do or what happens when you potentially let David Moyes go, then I don't know what is, because the managers before David Moyes didn't work. They had some of the best. They had Carlo Ancelotti, who was one of the greatest managers ever. And it didn't really work. It didn't work with really Rafa Benitez. They had Frank Lampard. So they've sort of gone both ends of the scale. They've gone mad experienced. They've gone quite inexperienced. But David Moyes just always seems to get the best out of Everton. And I'm seeing nothing so far that should suggest that he should go upstairs at the end of the season. I think he's done a brilliant job. Did a brilliant job last season. Look at what Sean Dyche did, just keeping Everton up. But David Moyes came in and comfortably kept Everton up last season. So yeah, that was a 1-1 draw. I just want to talk about Jared Bowen. Obviously, Danny Murphy and Adrian Durham were talking about it there and just how vital he is to West Ham. I think we can call him Mr. West Ham. He's not quite Mark Noble in the fact he is just West Ham. But on the pitch, I can't even, the amount of times that we sit here and say that Jared Bowen has saved West Ham. Jared Bowen has rescued a point for West Ham. He is so good. And I look back at, his record, especially over the last 3 seasons. I mean, this year it's 3-6. But last season it was 13 goals and 8 assists. The season before that it was 16 goals and 6 assists. He is just, you will always have a chance and you will probably always stay up because of how good Jared Bowen is. I think it was massively important for Nuno picking up a point in his first game. I didn't expect him to change much because you're not going to come in after spending so little time at a club and just change everything. But I thought defensively they looked better than they have this season. I did think James Ward-Prowse being dropped was an interesting one. When I looked at the West Ham substitutes, so just obviously Hermanson's a keeper, but Igor, Wilson, Guilherme, Rodriguez, Scarles, Potts, Irving, Marshall. Obviously some of them are kids, which obviously you always want, academy products or like young players on the bench. But it just feels like I didn't quite understand that from Nuno. And I know it happened when, Nuno was at Forest as well. He dropped James Ward-Prowse and he was there, but I just thought that was a little bit harsh. But Nuno will be very happy with that. A point away at Everton is a very good result. They're still unbeaten at Hill Dickinson. They have got Arsenal away next. That's a tough old game. So I wonder how they'll get on there. What I would say is I don't think it would be as big of a beating as it would have been if Graham Potter was still in charge. I feel like I've gone from like a 5-0 down to like a 3-0 maybe. And then they've got Brentford and Leeds. So Brentford, those two games I'm sure Nuno will be looking at, hoping to get his first win, unless he does the unthinkable and goes to the Emirates and gets 3 points, which I'm not sure I can see happening. But yeah, give us a call on 03717 223344. West Ham fans, obviously hasn't been that long, but were you pleasantly surprised by your defence yesterday? Danny Murphy said he was impressed with the setup, the shape, and are you positive? Are you feeling happy now? How are you feeling about Nuno being in charge? Give us a call. Right, before we hit the break, just to touch on this terrible situation at Sheffield Wednesday. It feels like we've been talking about it for so long now and it's still going on. We understand that players and staff will not be paid on time again this month. That's 5 out of 7 months that staff haven't been paid properly. They're in total crisis financially, with owner Dafon Chansiri urged to sell up. Last week, Captain Barry Bannon told us he's given up trying to contact the owner.
As you can imagine, through the summer and pre-season, I've been asking questions, and it's got to the point now really where I've had to stop asking because I'm not getting anywhere. So, like you say, I'm just concentrating on the football and trying to keep the lads together and happy, and the manager obviously doing a great job as well at the minute and keeping everybody.
Yeah, we've got Sheffield Wednesday's next home game live on talkSPORT for you on Saturday lunchtime. They host Coventry, who are currently flying in the Championship. Right, you can get in touch on text 81089. We want to know your memories of your first ever EA Sports video game. I was never like a FIFA player, not like religiously. So I actually can't remember my first one, but I think I've had a few, but I can't remember. But we're doing this because coming up, we're going to be talking about a huge takeover involving Electronic Arts. I actually didn't know it was Electronic Arts. Is that really bad? Is that really bad that I actually didn't know EA stood for? I just know it was EA. I didn't know it stood for Electronic Arts. I've just been told they changed the name. Yeah, I got so confused then. I know it was FIFA. I knew the game was FIFA. I just didn't know what EA stood for. Electronic Arts. Anyway, producer Nick had FIFA 97 on the PC. Batistuta, Burkamp and Ian Wright playing up top. That is an unbelievable front three. But get in touch. Let us know your memories of your first ever EA Sports video game. 81089 is the number to text in. You're listening to Early Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Olivia Buzaglo, and Adrian Flux, insurance for the individual. You can find out more at adrianflux.co.uk. Up next, we'll take a look at American apology from the rude Ryder Cup fans, and whether Luke Donald can be convinced to stay on as captain. Olivia Buzaglo, and this is Early Sports Breakfast with Adrian Flux. Get a tailor-made quote for your commercial vehicle. Search Adrian Flux Insurance for the individual. Jeff Stelling is back on breakfast this Tuesday morning. Alongside him is a two-time winner of the European Golden Boot. It is, of course, Super Ali McCoist. Right, some of your headlines this Monday morning. Former Scotland striker Stephen Fletcher has announced his retirement from football at the age of 38. He finished his career at Wrexham, having also played for Hibs, Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday. Fletcher has 33 international caps and says putting on that Scotland shirt was one of his greatest honours. Tottenham striker Dominic Solanke has had minor ankle operation and the club's waiting to find out how long they will be without him. Manager Thomas Frank says they'll have a better idea after the international break, which obviously starts next week. And West Indies cricket has sunk to new lows by losing a home T20 series to Minnows Nepal. West Indies were all out for 83 in a 90-run defeat to Nepal, who had never played against a full ICC member nation before. Terrible times for the West Indies, but congratulations, what a win that is for Nepal. For more on all these stories, you can visit talksport.com. Right, back to the Ryder Cup, because we haven't finished talking about Europe's brilliant win over in New York. Team Europe, I hope Team Europe is somewhere out there still drinking, still celebrating after that historic victory over in America. The Sun reports they spent 23 grand behind the bar, including a bottle of Moet, vodka and cognac as well. Meanwhile, US Ryder Cup legend Tom Watson has apologised to them for the abuse they received from rude and mean-spirited US fans. Go on, Tom Watson. That is so right as well. The boys on Sports Bar had American golf journalist Paul Hodowanich back on to give him some back.
Guys, how are we?
Oh, we told ya.
What happened, mate?
Yeah.
Whooping.
Yep.
You gave it the big and said you
Come
were
on.
going to give us a spanking.
I don't think I said spanking. I think you said spanking.
Whooping.
It might have been a whooping. It was a whooping through 2 days.
Whooping.
Then it got fun. Come on, talk to
Whooping.
me. On Sunday, as the Reds started on the board, did you guys feel anything?
We weren't worried, mate. We weren't worried.
You made a game of it, but, the damage was done.
Yeah. It was like being 4-0 up and then you make it 4-2, and it's like, yeah, well done. You got something out of it, but you still got battered, didn't you? Let's be honest. First 2 days was a mess.
That's the last thing you need is Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy when you've just got battered. I say got battered. He was right. Paul was right. They did come back into it on the final day. However, I do get Jamie's analogy there. It is like conceding 2 when you're 4-0 up. But that's the last thing you need when you've just lost a Ryder Cup, isn't it? Those two going at you. Europe captain Luke Donald's hinted he could do another tournament despite already taking charge of a home and an away Ryder Cup. Justin Rose was the man we all thought would take charge in 2 years' time, but now he's talking about staying on as a player. 2016 player Danny Willett told talkSPORT it's hard not to see Donald staying on for 2 more years. Everyone wants 2 more years, don't they?
I mean, he's obviously got a system. He's got a support system. He's got the guys behind the scenes that are obviously doing fantastic jobs. All the analytics that the Molinaris are doing, Eddie's doing. He's got himself a really, really good set of 12 lads. And again, if you went down the list, you've probably got one of 16, 18 lads that were playing really well this year that could have stepped up and played for him. But I don't know. It's a tough one. Winning back-to-back is obviously, I don't know, was it Jack? I think, was it only Jacqueline who was doing it? I don't know. I don't know the exact stats on it. But it's hard to do. So to go for 3 would be interesting. But he's obviously really passionate about it. He loves it. Every time he speaks to him, it's not like no one's forcing him into doing it. He truly, truly loves doing it. He loves playing golf, but he also loves the Ryder Cup. He's got a brilliant Ryder Cup record himself. And yeah, it's almost like it's been his calling. These last 4 years have been brilliant. So you never know.
Yes, Danny, Tony Jacklin is the only other captain who's won the Ryder Cup, both home and away. As captain, I've just said captain twice. He is the only other captain who's won the Ryder Cup, home and away. I cannot tell you, Nick is back in the studio with me. Nick, how many times I've watched Shane Lowry's putt? I honestly, I can't even count.
And the reaction
It's just so good every time. I'm there for the celebration.
Did you see him pick up, I don't know if it was a hot dog or some sort of cake or a Twinkie, which is only something I've ever seen in American movies. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's like a cream-filled cake. Anyway, he picked it up. He thought he was going to open it, and then he lobbed it back into the crowd. They were obviously throwing food at him, maybe a comment on Shane Lowry's weight. So,
they called him didn't they call him a Teletubby?
Yeah, there was a few.
God, American fans, what is wrong with them?
A few choice words as well from Shane Lowry that we won't be repeating on the radio at this time. There's a good piece in the Times about Luke Donald's captaincy. You know, he's been in charge of this team for 4 years now. It's apparently meticulous planning went into this. Keegan Bradley, the US captain, maybe could have taken a page out of Donald's book, but Keegan Bradley's been playing on the tour, which is probably, not allowed him the time he would have liked to prepare his team the way that Luke has. Do you think a nice shampoo would make you play better?
No.
Well, that's what Luke's been up to, right? So you've been talking about these little things. This is Rick Broadbent writing in the Times, looking at the hotel rooms, making sure the doors don't have a big crack in that let in light. He said, we brought in things that covered the light. We put in different shampoos that had a better smell. We left dad jokes on their pillows to try and relieve the intensity. And obviously bigger things as well, like going to the US early to stop that jet lag problem and everything else.
I get that.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, nice shampoo.
Do what you got to do, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, why not? So that is the Ryder Cup. What else is on the back pages?
Well, I do like this one on the back of the Star Sport. What the Foxtrot? Arteta calls in the RAF to give his Guns title edge. Mikel Arteta's getting some RAF guys in to talk about communication.
Do they don't help themselves?
He's a bit David Brent, isn't he? But
they literally this is the same club that brought a dog into the training ground to call it Win and played You'll Never Walk Alone out of speakers to prepare them for a Liverpool game, which they still got battered in.
Yeah, they did get battered in that one, didn't they? But so Mikel Arteta's talking about his sort of communication with the players here, and he's saying, this is from Arteta, talking about those pilots. I'm sure they don't use 20 phrases or words. If there's one word, don't say, the wind is coming this way, now you have to turn left, because boom, dead. So it will be one word. So he's talking about really just improving his communication with the players. A couple of stories before I go as well. Very quick salute to Chris Woakes. We all remember coming out to bat at the Oval with his arm in a sling.
That's genuinely iconic.
Amazing.
Iconic.
And unfortunately, that is his last action in an England shirt.
I don't think there's anything unfortunate about it. He's a hero.
He is a hero.
To go out like that, I think is an absolute heroic way.
Yeah, well, 15 years as an England cricketer, 62 tests, 155 white ball games as well. Lovely tribute from Michael Afton in the Times, talking about 36-year-old Chris Wood, who's retiring from England duty, saying humble Woakes, his stats are good, but the person is even better. He is a great guy. Everyone in cricket absolutely loves Chris Woakes. I'm sure there's a future potentially. I mean, he's going to play county stuff and white ball stuff. There's potentially a future in coaching. And then also this story that really caught my eye, actually, in the Financial Times yesterday, was about Electronic Arts being bought out by this massive consortium. A lot of PIF money, Saudi Arabian money involved. $55 billion they've paid. It's the biggest leveraged buyout of all time of any company. I had to look up what that means. It just means buying something with borrowed money, basically. So Jared Kushner's involved in getting the Saudis on board, and they've borrowed $55 billion to take Electronic Arts private. It's a huge investment, and actually they're sort of overpaying, but what the bet is that AI will kind of improve the profit-making ability of this company, which probably means cutting job losses at Electronic Arts. But it's a company that we all have kind of a connection with. Like you mentioned, we were talking about me buying FIFA 97. We've had a whole bunch of texts in. I don't know if you've got a few texts there from some of the listeners. What have they been saying about?
Yeah, I do. Just first of all, your front three, Nick, unbelievable.
What a front three that is.
Camp Batistuta and Wright.
I know.
Unbelievable. We have one from Winston, who's a Chesterfield fan in Derbyshire. My first FIFA was 1996 on the PlayStation, but I used to prefer Pro Evo. Yeah. I did play Pro Evo.
I was Pro Evo in the mid-2000s ago.
Shay said, good morning, Olivia. My first FIFA is FIFA 20. Shay, you must be young.
Yeah,
must be young. And then someone, no name, my first FIFA, I had Van Basten and Shearer up top.
Well, that's older than that. Must be 90s. That must be early 90s. Yeah. It's one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Listen,
I wonder if that was the first ever.
Great game, and it had that iconic commentary as well from was it Andy Gray? He's keeping his side of it today. You can have a go at Andy Gray in a minute.
I'm absolutely not doing that. Thank you very much, Nick. Keep those texts coming in 81089 on your earliest FIFA memories. Or EA memories? What was the first game you had? We've also got a text in from Darren, who's working in London, and he said rescuing West Ham. We're obviously talking about West Ham's 1-1 draw with Everton. He said, really, we were the better side and had the better chances. Everton were dangerous on the break. We should have won. Good start under Nuno. Absolutely a good start under Nuno. However, you can understand my point as in like a more generic point, how many times we've sat here and Jared Bowen has rescued something for Everton, for West Ham. Like, he just steps up when you need him in most big occasions, big games. If West Ham get anything, 90% of the time, Jared Bowen is involved. That was my point. I thought Everton, didn't really... I see what you mean. I think a draw was probably a fair result in that game, but I do think Jared Bowen rescues West Ham most of the time. Right, that was a look at today's back pages with Adrian Flux and Nick. Coming up, this is Early Breakfast on talkSPORT. The special one returns home this evening. morning. I'm Olivia Buzaglo and you are listening to the Early Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We have been talking about the dawn of the Nuno era at West Ham. They nicked a point at Everton thanks to, we're calling him Mr. West Ham now. That is what he's going to be known as, Jared Bowen. It finished 1-1 at Hill Dickinson. talkSPORT's Danny Murphy was impressed by how much better West Ham look already.
I actually thought, other than the first 10-15 minutes, their overall performance was very good. Their shape was good. They were brave. They got on the ball. They got forward together. They defended in numbers. They worked to a man tirelessly. I really enjoyed that performance from them, and Everton did okay at times too. You know, I actually think the more what the second half grew on, it looked like West Ham were probably going to edge it. Everton looking a bit leggy and a bit tired, and a lot for him to work on, obviously, but some real positives. I thought Somerville was terrific, arguably their best threat. Fulkrug led the line nicely. The Magasta, the lad who's not played before for some reason, looked a really promising start. And I have to say as well, Fernandez in the middle of the pitch, I mean, you want legs, he's got them. I know he wants to attack more, but he put himself about. And if they carry on playing like that, the only disappointment for them is the fact they've got to go Arsenal next, which is a real tough one. But that level of performance and that shape they're in just looks completely different.
Yeah, Nuno will be happy, won't he, with picking up a point at Everton in his first game. You are listening to Early Sports Breakfast with Adrian Flux, the cover you'll need at a price you'll love, with Watman's Insurer of the Year 2021. You can find out more at adrianflux.co.uk. I'm with you until 6 a.m, then you're in the very capable hands of Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoy. Some of the headlines you're waking up to this Tuesday morning. Luke Donald said he needs time to process things before deciding whether he'll put himself forward to captain Team Europe again at the Ryder Cup in 2 years' time. He became the first man since Tony Jacklin in the late 80s to guide a European side to home and away victories in the famous golf competition. Middlesbrough manager Rob Edwards is refusing to get carried away with their start to the season. Despite having a 4-point lead at the top of the championship, they hope to extend that with victory at home to Stoke tonight. And Carlos Alcaraz can add yet more silverware, because he needs more, doesn't he? To his trophy cabinet today when he takes on Taylor Fritz in the final of the Japan Open. It will be the world's #1's 9th successive ATP level final. For more on all of these stories, you can visit talksport.com. Right. It is almost time for a special one to be back in the dugout at Stamford Bridge. I love this man so much, and I am so sad I'm not going to be at Stamford Bridge to watch Jose's return. But don't worry, I'll be listening, because talkSPORT will have all the action live for you.
Jose is back at the bridge,
and Chelsea are officially crowned as the champions of England. It's the third time Mourinho has done it.
I think I'm a special one.
It's a legend for the club, but it's a legend in general for the trophy that he achieved.
They still call Jose the Judas.
The last couple of weeks, he just seems to have turned on Maresca.
Bayern Munich ruthless when they took their chances, Chelsea not so, and that's why Bayern have beaten them by 3-1.
It's fired in! Pavlidis!
The one advantage, there's no real need for them to make the game. Just sit and soak, really. And if Mourinho teams can do anything, they can do that.
Jose Mourinho's return to the blue corner of London.
Oh, I am so happy. That man has a very special place in my heart, and it's different. He's returning to Stamford Bridge with Benfica, which is very different to returning with Spurs and Manchester United, and he will get a brilliant welcome at Stamford Bridge, which is absolutely what he deserves. I think there won't be a lot of Chelsea fans out there that won't say Jose Mourinho is their favourite manager. In that, speaking to the press, he said, he'll always be a blue. When I think of Jose Mourinho, I think of 2004-05 Jose. I think of I am a special one, and he will always be a special one. It was brilliant to see him back at the bridge. It was brilliant to see him sat in that press conference at Stamford Bridge with all pictures of him around the room. And what I loved the most was, he was saying hello to different journalists, obviously, that he's worked with over the years. But what I loved was there's a woman that works at Chelsea. I think she's the second longest serving member of Chelsea staff. Her name's Teresa, and if you work at Chelsea, you will know exactly who she is. She's the press and accreditation on a match day. She'll welcome you into the press lounge. And Jose, obviously, she was there when Jose's first stint and his second stint, and the embrace between the two was just lovely to see. And yeah, that charismatic Jose, that 2004-05, 05-06 Jose is the best. And we will welcome him back to Stamford Bridge with open arms. I'm just gutted I'm not going to be there. But I am a bit scared of Jose doing what Jose's done, even for Chelsea over the years, coming and just nicking a goal and then sitting back. But very, very excited to have him back. And at last night's press conference, talkSPORT's Ian Abrahams was brilliant with Jose as well.
Hi, Jose. Great to see you back in London.
Thank you. Great to see you too.
We're in this room. You told everybody when you first arrived, you were the special one, and you still are.
I didn't say that.
Oh, what did you say then?
No, I didn't.
Oh, a special
exactly.
One. We never know what's around the corner. Will you be treating tomorrow extra specially in case it's the last time you're on the touchline managing?
We never know. We never know. After 25 years, I was expecting to go back to Portugal, to the national team, not to Benfica. And I'm back to Benfica. So I don't have career projects. I don't try to think what can happen, what cannot happen. The important thing is you give everything where you are. You leave clubs like I normally do, without a word, close the chapter, no more words, think about the next. I left Fenerbahce 1 month ago without a word. And now I am in Benfica, and I am very, very happy. Let's go tomorrow. We'll be my Chelsea until start. We'll be my Chelsea after the game, during the game. That's my Benfica, and the only thing that matters.
You could just see the smile on my face. That man can do no wrong in my eyes. He genuinely can't. And you know, he lives down the road. You know, his son, he said his son will be supporting his dad, but also is a big Chelsea fan as well. He said, you know, he helped Chelsea become a better Chelsea, and Chelsea helped him become a better Jose. So I'm very, very excited for Jose's return, and Chelsea against Benfica will be live for you on talkSPORT from 7 p.m. Right time now for this.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move.
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast. talkSPORT.
Right, Nick is back to run through some of the lighter stories on the front pages.
Yeah, first of all, Jose, let's not get carried away. Jose Mourinho has done quite a lot of bad stuff, including poking Rui Faria in the eye. And
not in my eyes. That man can do, genuinely can do. I've forgotten everything else that he has done. Apart from 04, 05, 05, 06, bit into 06, 07, 2014, 15. What is it, 3 Premier Leagues?
Yeah, three Premier League titles over 2 spells.
Oh.
And
he's just the best.
You know,
he's my favourite.
Champions League with 2 different clubs, and actually that Champions League with Porto is probably one of the greatest achievements in European football.
Never forget that running down the touchline at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and also the Inter win against Barcelona when he ran pointing up. Okay, anyway, we can talk about Jose till the cows come home.
We can.
This is a nice little story, actually. I like this. Your dad's a bit of a football legend, isn't he?
Yeah, I would say I'm not a football legend. I'd say he's an FA Cup legend.
Right, at Woking.
He is an FA Cup legend at Woking, yeah. Back in the 90s, 91 it was.
And did he coach you? Did you play as a kid?
Do you know what's really funny? Yeah, so I don't really know when I made the switch, because I did like ballet and dance when I was really young. And then I said to Dad, I obviously just would sit with him and watch football. And he took me down to like my first like team when I was really young. And I said, he was a striker.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to be a striker.
Right? Is it
Tim.
Tim. I don't know where I got
Tim
Mark
Buzaglo
from. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, Tim.
And basically, I wanted to be a striker. So he said, right, I'll give you £2 a goal. So I was like, oh, amazing. I scored 8 on my first game.
Wow.
And then he went, you're not getting £2 a goal. You're getting 50p a goal. I was like, great.
My dad tells a similar story with his dad. He said he would try to get him to use his left foot. So my granddad actually was offered terms at Grimsby.
Was he?
Turned it down because there was no money in it.
That's exactly what my dad did as well.
Really?
Yeah, Portsmouth.
And my granddad said to my dad, he's like, every goal you score with your left foot, I'll give you £1, which is a lot of money back in those days. So got him on his left.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just give him money.
This is in the Daily Star. Footy's a game changer. Football is the secret to parents staying bonded with their Kevin and Perry style teens. That's an old reference for you. Half of all Brit mums and dads say being a footy fan is one of the few things they have in common with their pubescent kids. Research also shows 48% of parents claim watching soccer matches together is one of the few moments of connection with
I completely agree. I spent, like, I can't even think how long going to, like, my dad would go to his friends' houses and watch football, and I would go with him. Now, if we didn't have football and we didn't have Fantasy Premier League, I don't know what I would talk to my dad about. Genuinely. All he does is message me, are you captaining this week?
Really?
Or just Chelsea are rubbish.
Yeah.
That's the messages I get from my dad.
I do the same with my dad with Ipswich news. And yeah, we probably could talk more about our feelings, but usually we're talking about Championship and Premier League. Avoiding serious stuff. Morning, Dad, if you're listening. Irish pub, you fan of an Irish pub?
Whenever I go and watch Chelsea abroad, we just always end up in an Irish pub every time.
But you literally, anywhere you go. So I've been in Laos, in the middle of Southeast Asia, in a tiny town, there's an Irish pub.
And everywhere you go, if you're ever stuck for where to go and you're like, don't know, you won't be let down by an Irish bar.
The UK is experiencing a surge in the number of Irish pubs, apparently. There's a big trend, and I know we've got to go to the break, but top US politician claims aliens could be hiding in underwater bases off the Bahamas. Don't even have time to get into that.
No, I don't. I think that's for the best.
Truth is out there.
Thank you very much, Nick. Up next, we will look ahead to Liverpool and Spurs in the Champions League.
Stoppage time. In comes Delay's corner. Yes, they can. It is Virgil van Dijk. An extraordinary start to this Champions League campaign.
Start of the season, there's a lot to improve. There's a few new players to bring into the team.
You want to get momentum, and I think there's no more difficult place you can go.
Across in towards Osimhen, and he cushions the ball into the bottom corner.
How they set up in this game, I think, is really, really interesting, because to be as open as they normally are at home against Liverpool would surely be insane.
Some 7 seasons after they were last crowned kings of the continent, is it the start of an iconic Liverpool career?
A very good morning to you. I am Olivia Buzaglo. You are listening to the Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. We're looking ahead to Liverpool's tricky little trip. I nearly tripped up on that myself. To Turkey, and looking at the Galatasaray squad. How about this? They've got Victor Osimhen, Mauro Icardi, Leroy Sane, Ilkay Gundogan, Mario Lemina, Lucas Torreira. Loads of ex-Premier League players there. Now, could this be a potential banana skin for Arne Slot at the loudest stadium in world football? Now, Slot was asked what reaction he needs from his Liverpool players after that defeat to Palace.
I think we always have to do, no matter if we win, lose or draw, what is asked from you if you want to compete for trophies, but let alone if you wear the Liverpool shirt, and that is giving everything you have and combine that with the best football you can play. And I think, especially in the second half, we created during the course of the game against Palace more chances than we've created in all the 3 games we've played before against Palace. But we conceded also much more chances than we did before when we played Palace. So we can definitely improve on a few things.
Yeah, Galatasaray against Liverpool is live for you on talkSPORT 2 from 7 p.m. tonight. What about Spurs then? Thomas Frank's side go to Norway to face Bodo Glimt. Thomas Frank was asked if their plastic pitch will change his tactical approach.
No, not really taking, not tactical approach. Of course, we are aware. It's the same in Denmark when I was a coach for Brøndby. We were facing Nordsjælland at that time. There's also.
Have we lost Thomas?
Not really taking. Not.
I think we've lost Thomas Frank there. But anyway, he said he's not going to change his tactical approach, but we know playing on a plastic pitch can always be tough. Now, before we go, we've got time to play you this brilliant call from talkSPORT Drive yesterday. The 6'7" Chris called up to talk about something, but Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent got distracted, of course they did, by his weird job.
What do you do at 6'7"? What's your job?
It's very niche, and you probably won't believe me, but I design burger buns for a living.
What needs to be designed in a burger bun?
Oh, there's so much.
You don't do that, Chris. That's so not a job.
That's my job. You've had a McCrispy?
Yeah, McCrispies are lovely.
From Macca's?
Yeah.
That's my bun. I designed that bun.
I don't believe you in a million...
I'm not going to lie to you. Are you behind the McSpicy?
Oh, it's just a normal quarter pounder bun on that one.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you now, when I was like 20, 21, I'd be in a nightclub and girls, you say, what was your job? I would say a biscuit designer. That's the equivalent. You're so not a burger bun designer.
That's my job.
What's your title?
Head of Product and Business Development.
I actually quite like it because I've never ever spoken to someone who's a burger bun designer.
Sorry, I mean, what do you do with your day? What do you do today?
Loads of calls.
To who?
Development.
To who? Loads of calls. You sound like David Brent. Yeah?
Yeah.
Saying what?
It's just discussing, how to design buns. No.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I am partial to a brioche.
Oh my word, that is unbelievable. Chris is behind the McCrispy. What on earth? I love this, by the way. I mean, you can catch Drive every day from 4 till 7 p.m. I'm sure for plenty more stories like that. I love lying about my job when I go on holiday or like meet anyone because it's way more fun to just... I was an aircraft engineer when I went on holiday last time until I met another engineer and I was like, I don't want to talk about work. But anyway, there's loads more coming up on talkSPORT Breakfast today. Chris Kamara is on. Robert Hoof will look ahead to Mourinho's return and Kevin Phillips will be talking about Sunderland's start to the season. You've been listening to Early Breakfast with Adrian Flux. Insurance for the individual. Find out more at adrianflux.co.uk. It's Jeff and Ali up next.